Hello. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Trecena of K'at. The Trecena of K'at is a very special Trecena because during this Trecena we have the day Wajxakib, which is possibly one of the most auspicious days of the calendar. It's a day on which initiations take place, on which the new are gathered and the burdens are released. So what does K'at represent? K'at represents the net with which we carry everything that sustains us in life. It's what we carry our harvests in. It can also represent the things that we might consider as burdens. And so we're going to start the Trecena of K'at, of course, with the day one K'at. One K'at, the gathering of the new harvest, the bringing in of that which sustains us on our journey. It's a good day to be harvesting, if that's appropriate in your part of the world right now, to be gathering together the new things that you might need for your ongoing journey. One K'at can be seen as a good day to be looking through to see what you might need and what you might not need. I always consider K'at days to be good days to be having a sort out. What you want to carry forward, what you're going to leave behind. So you might require some assistance because the one days, they're days which we're beginning new things. What new things might you need to gather for your onward journey? What new things might you need to bring in for your initiation to take you further on your path? And what things might you need to leave behind? Now, sometimes when we're in those one days, we're not really sure. And so it's also a good day to seek counsel from people as to what you might need around you and what you might need to carry with you. From one K'at, we're then going into two Kan. So Kan, the Nawal of power and wisdom, the Nawal of the energy, the life force that flows through each one of us. The number two can represent decisions. It can also represent relationships. So when we see two Kan, it might be about making the choices which empower. It might be about seeing between the light and the dark, as it were, of what empowers and what disempowers. It can also be a good day to be choosing which path of wisdom you take. And it might be very stark reality, because the two can make things very much in kind of like a black and white as to the choices that might come to you, as to what you, again, want, what wisdom you want to carry in your net, and what it's time to let go of. From two Kan, we're then going into three Kame. So Kame, the connection with the ancestors. Kame, transformation. And here we see it with the number three, representing the inner world, representing the home. It's a great day to be giving thanks to the ancestors for your home, for what you have within you, and also connecting deeply within you to find out maybe what the ancestors have in your heart, how you can connect yourself with the ancestors. Of course, when we look at the inner world and we're talking about spiritual transformation, we can also understand that three Kame might bring about some things which sometimes we might fear, but we have to go through in order to transform, in order to go up a level. And being as this Trecena is all about catching and releasing, about what we want to carry in our net, and about the initiation, it can be a very potent day for this inner alchemical process. From three Kame, we're then going into four Kech. Now, this is an interesting day because Kech can represent the animal kingdom. It represents the wilderness. And with the number four also representing the four-legged ones, we can see this very much as a day about connection with animals, connection with the wilderness, very much in the physical. It's a great day to be going out into green spaces, into the mountain place, the tree place, connecting with nature on a physical level and finding out what strength can be brought to you from those places. Kech can also represent spiritual leadership, and this is a very good day for grounding that. There's some very, very useful things out there, but what is really practical, what sustains you on the physical level? Four Kech might bring you those ideas. From four Kech, we're then going into five Anil. So Anil, the day of ripening. Anil, the one which brings the goldenness of the maize. And here we see it with the number 5. Now the number 5 I always think of as hard working days. These are days to put your energy into it. So you might be asking yourself, okay, so where do I need to apply my energy in order to come to sufficient ripeness, in order to go through the initiation process, for example, within the Trecena of K'at? Which tools, which skills, which materials do I carry that I might need to put some work into in order to bring them to their full ripeness? From 5 Anil, we're then going into 6 Toch. So Toch, the day of payment, of offering, the day of service. And the number 6 representing home, family. The number 6 representing the ultimate stability. So again, Toch could be a great day for making offerings in order to bring that stability to your family. This also suggests that offerings or payments made on this day are going to bring great stability in the long run. It's also a good day if you're suffering from any ailments to make an offering, because sometimes with Toch, these ailments might be coming along to say, hey, you forgot to pay for something. And the Toch day is where we can address that balance, where we can make our offering, where we can make our payment to bring us into full stability. From 6 Toch, we're then going into 7 Tz'i. 7 Tz'i, the number 7 representing the top of the pyramid, the ultimate day. And Tz'i, our guide, our faithful, loving, loyal dog that travels beside us, guiding us and protecting us on the path. Well, here we're coming to the top of the pyramid. Here we're coming towards the end of the journey, because the 7 can represent endings. And so 7 Tz'i might be the time to say farewell to the guide that has led you to the top of that path, that has led you to this point of initiation, so that you can move forward, maybe with another guide. It's also about unconditional love. The number 7 representing all the choices that we can make, everything that's laid in front of us from our viewpoint on top of the hill, on top of the pyramid. And so this is a very good day for choosing that which you love unconditionally, that you can love unconditionally, for seeing which path you want to choose from that point, and how you might use that unconditional love to guide you on it. From 7 Tz'i, we're then going into 8 Bats. So 8 Bats, Wajxakib Bats, the most important day of the calendar in some ways, the beginning of the new ceremonial cycle, the initiation day for many Wajxakib. So all around here in Guatemala, you'll find a lot of people making fires. You'll find that the ceremonial sites will be full with people making their fires, giving thanks, initiation, reinitiating things. Sometimes there might be people that maybe they got initiated, they don't make so many fires anymore, but they will make fire on Wajxakib Bats because that's the big day to do it. What else could we do with it? Well, Wajxakib Bats is also a day for bringing together your creative projects. The 8 representing wholeness, representing the beginning and the end, representing all things in one space. So we could see it as the weaving together of the old and the new, taking from the old school, from the masters, as it were, to the initiates. The passing of the baton could be one way of looking at it, but it could also be about weaving an old pattern into a new cloth, as it were, in whichever way that might suit you. So maybe it's a day also to revisit some of your old creative work and see how you can weave that into a new creation that goes ahead. From 8 Bats, we're then going into 9 Eh. 9 Eh. Eh, the day of the journey, the day of the road. And the number 9 representing life. So this is the day of the life path. This could be a very potent day to get some counsel or advice with regards to your own life path. This could also be a very, very important day for women in particular, because the number 9 can represent the feminine. And so there is something to be said about the feminine path on 9 Er. It's also a day to be working out, again, in this Trecena of K'at, what you choose to keep within your life path and what you choose to release, what burdens you might need to release in order to help you to walk your true life path. From 9 we're then going into 10 Ach. So again, I consider this to be a very, very interesting day. We have the Nawal Ach representing home, representing family, representing the harmony of community. And the number 10 also representing community and representing society. So when we see 10 Ach, this is a great day for making agreements between leaders, making agreements within your community to help to understand and to help to develop those things which nourish and bring harmony to your community and to society in general. From 10 Ach, we're then going into 11 Ish. So Ish, the connection with the mother, the connection with Mother Earth, the connection with the shrines and the altars, the magic that's around us and the magic that's within us. And the number 11, well, this can be a hugely creative number by following different paths, by looking in different areas. So it takes us off the beaten track. It asks us to look around us in places that we may have forgotten. Maybe there's somewhere that you feel drawn to. Maybe there's somewhere that brings you that connection with Mother Earth. 11-ish, you might feel an impulse to follow, an urge to go there, to connect with it, to discover it. From 11-ish, we're then going into 12 Tz'ikin. So Tz'ikin, the Nawal of the birds. Tz'ikin, the Nawal of prosperity. How can we help things to prosper? Well, the number 12 is suggesting that we use our life experience. So this is a great day to use your life experience to help you to understand how to achieve your vision in life. Once again, within this K'at Trecena, it could be a good day for a life review of what visions you've held, what visions you've had, and how you might take them forward, how you might use your experience, your understanding that you've gathered so far, all of that knowledge that you carry within you to help to develop your focus, to help to develop your vision. And then finally, we end up on 13 Ajmak. So Ajmak, the day of forgiveness. Ajmak, the day of redemption. Ajmak is a day of pardon. And here we see it connected with the ancestors, with the number 13, connected with spirit. Maybe there's something that you feel that you need to make a payment for on behalf of your ancestors. Or maybe there's something that you want to bring back into balance, ask forgiveness for. Maybe it's forgiveness from your ancestors for a path that you've taken, or maybe it's forgiveness to your ancestors for a path that they took, that they didn't manage to rectify during their lifetime, but you have the opportunity to do so now. I see 13 Ajmak very much as what we might consider to be a karmic cleansing day. We might consider it to be a way of breaking kind of like a generational debt, as it were, to make amends for things, to ask for forgiveness, to make good for what has been done maybe in the past, so that we can go back into that harmony and release any burdens, because this is where we're ending the K'at Trecena, by releasing burdens through forgiveness, through pardon, and through asking for forgiveness. So, I hope that you've enjoyed this little journey through the K'at Trecena, and I look forward to seeing you in 13 days' time for the Noch Trecena. Thank you.